went to a local, we were like, Blade is good. He just never went to enough to be on PR. This season, I believe he is on PR. But to be honest, these players don't fight too often.
Okay.
So I think it could be anyone's game. I know Ksev, I believe, is ranked higher than Blade on PR. But because they have teams, and Ksev probably had to leak some Snake info, maybe Blade can use that to his advantage to take the game. And one thing, when you fight Ksev, he's really, really good at setting up traps and like putting you in a position where he wants you to be. And he's what I like to call a lab rat, where he literally like sits at home and he will watch his videos frame by frame and figure out like what he could do differently and what could work out better.
I don't think I've ever met a single Snake main that wasn't
like
lab
analytical
rat
and like dedicated. No, they're wild.
We got an old school West Michigan legend by the used to go by the tag Yada, who was a PM Snake, and they were so infamous for just knowing all of the frame data for every character and all of the most niche, weird tech that they could pull out on Snake.
Now, I always like to say, specifically with Ksev, if you let Ksev stay on the stage too long and build a wall, you're going to have to climb that wall eventually.
That's a great metaphor.
Oh, but it looks like Blade's doing a really good job at keeping Ksev in the air, not letting him actually set up any traps. And he catches him in the air.
Nice catch right there.
Oh, and it kills him.
I think he had a grenade maybe on him. I don't know. I like seeing Blade just kind of spam these grenades, or the arrows, because like Snake does not have super strong movement. So it's like, if you're just gonna sit there and like pull out your grenades, you know, I'm just gonna like.
I'll pull out my arrows, like.
Blade getting a pretty decent percentage lead right now, just kind of shooting those arrows. Not gonna try to approach. Snake has really strong defensive options, especially if you plan on hitting his shield.
Yes. See, with Snake and percentage, like I've seen Ksev live to like almost 250.
Oh,
so even
Snake.
though like heavy boy, but it doesn't matter. Blade is out here killing him off the top.
Yeah, Snake traditionally does not die unless you just get one good ass read, and that is what Blade has been getting. Both of that up smash that first time, catching the landing, and that what we saw earlier with that other up smash, like he is dominating this set right now.
Ever since they spawned, Blade has really kind of like ran down Ksev, playing really aggressive, not letting Ksev have any time to set up anything.
Oh, nice wall
nice.
tech right there. Ooh, that was interesting.
Oh
That's
my
it.
lord. That was a 3-stock.
That was a great combo right there from Blade. That was real convincing. Never really letting Snake set up the wall that he is so infamous for. Constantly keeping him.
Yeah, he literally, like,
run.
from the minute the gates opened, he was there. Snake was in the air. He wasn't letting him land. When he did land, he was, you know, spamming the arrows, the boomerang. Like, he was just on top of Ksev, and Ksev was like, crap.
Yeah.
I want to set things down, and you're not letting me. And he caught him in the air, like, what, twice?
Yeah.
So, like, Lord have mercy on Ksev's soul. Blade is here to take it. And he's like the only young Link. I honestly don't see many young Links like at all.
I know there's a few at this event. One of my friends that came with me is the young Link main.
Oh, nice.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, let's see what can be done a little different. We're seeing the counterpick here to Smashville. And now we are seeing the Snake Classic, which is just sit on a platform and throw projectiles down. Good way getting around those traps. Snake's ledge trap game is so strong.
Yeah, Ksev came prepared this game for the aggressive playstyle of Blade.
Ooh, nice use of the grenade right there to kind of play around.
Oh, tries to go for an up tilt.
Nice use of the boomerang right there to kind of stop the missile from hitting.
Ah, up tilt. Up tilt gonna take it.
Oh my gosh. Good catch right there, getting the conversion off the down tilt.
Into the grenade, yep.
Doesn't get the conversion off that he was looking for, but the right idea.
Yep. Just snake things. Tries to go for an up tilt.
There it goes. This game looking a whole lot different than what we saw in game 1.
I definitely think Ksev came prepared for this game. Coming into this game, being like, okay, he's gonna be aggressive. I need to adjust what I need to do.
Yeah. And we see him taking a lot more time sitting on those platforms too, because you can't do your flat or your grenades on like the flat ground, because we see the arrows and we see the boomerangs, but maybe if you're on the platform, you know, you can set up the tools you need to combat what young Link can do.
I feel like Ksev really just wants to get in an up tilt. Young Link slowly kind of like walks towards him after throwing projectiles. Oh my lord! Blade, hello.
Not quite.
Oh, very nice.
Wow.
I think that grenade saved him. Or bomb, whatever, blew up. I think it saved him.
Yeah. Ooh, the untap was the right idea to try to catch the jump out of shield, but down air is huge.
Oh, nice parry. Very nice.
We are even up on stocks now. Oh, cute little combo right there. Quick 45.
Right now, Blade has a % lead on Ksev, but Snake can live for a really long time.
And it's been building like crazy too, because Blade has been keeping him in his little hole with, like, you know, he sets up those grenades, but he cannot progress. He's stuck in between the middle of them. Is that it?
Oh, is that gonna be it?
No, not
No,
quite.
not yet. Ksev knows his DIs.
You have to watch for that, Nikita.
Oh, tries to go for an up tilt.
Nice full hop nair right there. Covering up high again because he can just drop so.
Nice.
I did not even see the stick.
Nice.
I did not even see that stick.
That's like what Ksev does. Like, you see him in disadvantage, and I've seen it plenty of times before where you're like, oh, Ksev's gonna die, and then he's just like, boop, and it zooms in on the other character, and you're just like, when? How? Like, what are you doing?
And you saw that on Blade's face. He was
Just like, what?
for real. We for real right now.
All right, they're taking us to Lilac Cruise for game 3. I feel like this might be a game 5. I know many games with Ksev, and I feel like just in Snakes in general, they're always going to be longer, because Snakes like to play, you know, the patient, like just chucking things across stage.
Nah, say it for what it is. They like pain.
Man, I can't. One time I had to commentate a Snake versus Samus, and I was like, Lord, dear God. It literally, I was like, they have a minute to decide who wins. Like, we gotta, let's go. And it was like that every game, and it was like best of 5, and it was always back and forth, and I was like, I can't. I quit. This is awful.
I empathize with that. We used to have Morse code versus Yada back in the day. Snake, Samus, in every
I know
single.
who Morse code is, actually.
Yeah.
I do. He's a Samus player, right? He's
Yep.
a Samus.
And those matches would always go to like 7 or 8 minutes. It was, they would time out. It was terrible.
It's like, can y'all just like aggressively fight for a minute?
Come on.
Let it work itself out.
Does it really matter who wins? Just go in. Oh.
Blade already racked up Ksev to 119.
Percentage builds so fast in this matchup between all the grenades and like the combos and stuff. It's super crazy.
I have a feeling this is gonna definitely be a Game 5 match. I can feel it with these two players.
That's it. Yeah, they're both playing very back and forth. I would be very surprised if this ended up becoming like a runaway.
Yeah, Blade's gonna do his very best to not let Ksev do any sort of build work on any of his traps. Definitely wants to keep him in the air. Whoops.
Already 2 stocks ahead and at 94%. Awesome DI right there from Blade surviving that up tilt. Ooh.
Hits him under stage.
Kind of interesting that you can use the platforms to bounce the grenades along those paths too.
Oh, man.
Excuse me?
All I saw was a couple parries, an explosion, and then like a just straight shot down.
This is such a big mountain for Ksev to climb too.
I mean, if he can find his footing here on stage and actually start building like a wall, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it. I've seen Ksev come back. It just might take the whole like 3 minutes we have left.
There he goes.
There we go. Blade closing out the game. It was really looking like Blade was almost about to like 3-stock him again. And it's like, what is this like crazy ratio? If he either 3-stocks you or like you kill him. Like
The momentum shifts in this set alone have been shocking.
very back and forth.
Ksev wondering if he's gonna go back.
He's definitely like heavily considering his stage option. That's his thinking face. He's probably got like a
Yeah.
million and one scenarios going on right now, and he's like, well, if I take him here, this will happen, but if I take him here, this will happen.
Ah, snake main.
That's just, how dare they?
All right, opting to go battlefield. This is a pretty strong snake stage historically. Snake can really take advantage of like the platforms and just kind of drop the grenades and mines down and just make your life hell if you're a grounded player.
You know, I'm friends with another snake main, and he told me that Battlefield apparently is not a snake stage, and I was like, I don't see why not, but...
Well, I think we're about to see why. And as you can see, we're already going immediately up to that top platform and just kind of... Challenging Snake on that top platform is so hard because if he's holding that grenade and shielding, you can't shark him, you're going to get hit by the grenade. So if he just uses his platform play super well, which he can use to an advantage better than most characters, like, that's what makes it painful. But then Young Link is one of the best characters at dismantling Snake's traps, so it's a really interesting dynamic to see. First hit back air to break that shield poke right there.
Oh my god. Bye-bye.
Was that the Nikita that killed?
I don't think so. I thought he just like hit a grenade or something that shot him upwards. So I thought I saw the Nikita like traveling to him when he died.
Can grenades kill that low percent?
It might have been C4. He might have placed the C4 there because he literally just shot up, but I could have swore I saw like the Nikita was traveling to him while that was going on.
Okay, maybe. Because I heard him go like now after like he died. I was like, what? There's too many explosions. I can't keep track.
Just snake things, you know. It's an explosion that killed. Probably snake.
Probably like just had like a C4 fall out of his pocket at some point. Didn't even press the button. It's just there and it just randomly explodes. Falling up air was kind of an interesting choice right there.
Oh, very nice by Ksev.
Ooh, good catch right there. Ksev putting up quite a big wall, but like,
oh my god.
You have to be more aware of that. It can be real tough in like the whole arsenal that Snake throws out, but that is what they want. Don't give the Snake mains what they want. Good awareness right there.
I just know, like, in the heat of the moment when you're fighting, like, a snake and he sets down C4, it's going to be so hard to catch sometimes, especially when he's, like, throwing other things at you, or, like, the heat of the moment of, like, you're just trying to take a stock, and then, like, you might not even notice he just, like, plops it down.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Until it's too late.
And right now, Ksev's put in this little division right now between how even they are further and further behind, because Blade is a whole stock ahead or behind and cannot close this out. The percent just keeps building. There it goes.
Right, that closes out the stock, but he is at 89, and Young Link is heck of a lot lighter than Snake.
I love it.
Oh, and you know, somebody once told me if Snake isn't facing you, he's still going to hit you with up tilt.
Yes.
Like, even if you think just the split, like turn, kick, it's literally like no time at all.
If you're in the up tilt zone, just pretend he up tilted. Even if it's the other way, even if it hasn't come out yet, just like pretend.
Just, it's going to hit you. Just be prepared. Also called it Game 5. These players. With Ksev, like, he has such, like, I think the thing I know him most for is, like, he likes really long sets. I feel like that might be his strat. He's like, I'm going to make them play me for as long as possible, because eventually they'll get tired, and that's the mind game. And it's
exactly.
like, Ksev, come on.
Exactly what you got to do, too.
Ksev on loser side in like, grands. Game 10, let's go, boys.
Oh my god.
Every time. It's like, come on.
Back to Town and City. This is where Blade ran away with game 1.
But now Ksev probably definitely has picked up on some habits that, you know, Blade has done. He's going to do his best to really prepare for those. He's starting to catch Blade more off guard, especially with those C4s. But let's see what Blade has prepared us for this Game 5.
I'm a DK main, and all I see is just too many projectiles.
You're like, this is disgusting. Like,
This is no fun allowed. This is the opposite of Ella fun. I only say that because the Bowser in me doesn't have to think at all, so.
the Bowser in you doesn't have to think at all.
No, there's not a single neuron firing in that part of my brain.
Ooh, up tilt.
Definitely wanted to grab the ledge there.
And now Ksev, I feel like, has a pretty good lead, just considering the fact that, like, he lives so long. The fact that he kind of took that stock early, it's like, ooh.
But look at the percentage now, 66, all from just grenades. You can see how this is wearing down on Blade over time because he has gotten way more clumsy with, you know, just running in and like marrying the grenades or hitting the shields. Becoming less and less aware of like how to get around these traps too. It's just,
there's a lot of mistakes that you can make fighting a snake, but one of them would definitely be playing them for too long.
absolutely. They're getting a lot less patient than they were in the beginning of the set too.
It definitely, yep, just snake things.
That was just,
He just landed and he was like, boop.
good thing I already had it there.
See, and he knows, and he still was throwing out that missile. He was like, I know that that's there and everything, but let me just psych you out a little bit more.
And there was a grenade. Blade had gone, just saw that Ksev was right over there in the corner, immediately had gone in for the fair just to try to close up the stock, but there is a grenade. If you see the snake shielding on a platform, I promise you there's a grenade.
Sure. I see chocolate. I'm gonna take chocolate. Would you like some? We're being offered sweets.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want a chocolate one too.
You want a chocolate one?
Yeah.
I also grabbed the chocolate. Oh god, there was
Thank
stuff there.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Ksev taking the game as we're getting sweets.
We saw the mental game atrophy over